Okay, back at it. Round 2 of many and hopefully not many to come, because the last video I did was about a month ago, and I said that I was going to keep this as a daily thing, and I've yet to really pass that threshold of posting for more than a week, because I think the amount of posts I did was like 7, and a lot happened. And it's not I'm bailing myself out here, but because it's definitely all my fault on not doing the videos, and taking accountability is something I have to learn how to do better, and I'm trying to do better. Because realistically, I could have been doing the videos every single day ever since I really started going at it, but I keep on trying to find excuses for myself, ways out, ways to be okay with myself when I'm really not trying at all. It's not even like I was trying, because like there's a saying that if you're not failing, you're not even trying. And I really resonate with that in this regard, because the days that I was just doing the video to get it done, that was me trying. Whether it be a minuscule amount or an actual long video, I actually tried. But the days that I didn't even try, nothing happened, and it just kept on prolonging the whole process of it all. Anyways, back to it, hopefully. And this is becoming a very pivotal point in my life, because in a couple days I'll be heading to Tampa for my internship, and hopefully that goes well, and hopefully this whole documentation process will be a gradual build-up of my life, not only for posting it online purposes. That's the least of it. It's me taking control of my life in more ways than one. Taking and understanding aspects of my life by talking out loud, and trying to be more of a public person by creating a personal figure and value of myself. Because really building in public is an extremely underrated aspect to a lot of people's life in nowadays. Because you can be goated in many ways, more than one, but so long as no one sees it or no one's able to even catch a glimpse of it, it can only be so good. And that's what I'm trying to get with this. Not by exposing myself to the public, but by really getting myself out there, jumping out of the waters of the kiddie pool and jumping into the deep end. And this is just one of those ways. I've been trying to do it in many more ways, such as going to conferences and going to hackathons, specifically with my role now in Startup Ecosystem Canada, which I've talked about in previous videos, but has been going on a better trajectory since then. I've actually begun meeting with the members and properly trying to plan out events, go to events. And that's just one of the ways I'm trying to get out of this kiddie pool of life, by really getting out there. Not just by being behind my laptop screen, cloud coding, or scheming on how to write a program, watching 1,000 hours of a YouTube tutorial that I never really get to. Just getting stuck in my tracks is something I'm always guilty of doing for myself, and really just halting progress for no reason. I get that you have to learn and understand before getting into it, but sometimes you just gotta go head first. Not knowing what's next, not knowing how to go about it, just go for it. And that's really what happened and what changed throughout my life, especially with my friend Adam. We always talk about this moment now, and we're gonna always refer to this moment as our changing trajectory of life between the two of us, is when we first bought our Lenovo laptop, and we said, let's just do it. We didn't have when I first heard about OpenClaw and the whole concept of it all, I did some research into it, and I was kind of hesitant on it, and I didn't really take accountability and take the next steps in order to get it done. I was just surfing the web and looking online videos on how it works and how to use it and everything. But then I told this whole concept to Adam, who isn't that technical, but very willing to understand the technical aspects. And he said, you know what, let's just get a laptop. And then I kind of tried backing him out of the idea of it. I'm like, oh, it's just a waste of money. It's a waste of time. There's not really much there's not really much of a point in doing so. But he did it anyways. And he, from that point on, our lives have drastically ramped up in that regard of the whole world of software, hardware, and really technology in general, and startups, entrepreneurship, and much more. And I'm very happy, very grateful for that, because sometimes you just gotta go for it, like I said. And that was just one of those moments. But anyways, I'm trying to make this video while walking over to my friend's house, and like I said, a daily video, hopefully one day in proper public, because like as you just saw, maybe someone I just like gave a little smile and nod to, that's like no problem at all. I'm not an introverted person by nature. I'm very extroverted, I'd say. Not very extroverted in a practical sense. I know when to talk or what to talk or how to talk about something, but I understand when it's not my time to talk and when I should shut up and listen. You gotta play both sides always. You can't just be the one talking. You can't be taking and not giving, and vice versa. So I don't know where I was going there. But yeah, so hopefully this time I'm truly serious about it, and I really am, because this is just another aspect of my life that needs to get done one way or another. And I really deeped it when I've began a routine throughout this 1 month period between the end of winter semester and summer internship starting, where I kind of found myself with a lot more free time than I usually had throughout uni. Not to say I was that busy, because like obviously I am, being a comp sci student and trying somewhat to get good grades. And when I really stopped deeping everything and really stopped trying to change the world, because the easiest way to change the world is by changing your world. And by changing my world and understanding that these assignments, these stupid things that I'm always constantly stressed about or worried about, it's just another thing that you gotta do. It's one of those things. Go to the gym, another thing you gotta do. And it's like a gradual build-up of life. Ever since I started really just understanding that it's a long game in every regard, whether it be learning a new technology, learning how to do a muscle up, like anything, it's not in a day, and it cannot be in a day. You have to really understand that it's a long game in all respects and take advantage of that. And that's what I've been trying to instill in myself, because sometimes you really just don't understand anyway how something will benefit you down the line, and you just brush it off like nothing will change. But you never know. It's something that you've got to really understand on your own life. Me saying this won't change anything for you, but when you really take a breath and you take a step back and you realize that these little mini lore events that go about life, like I said, going to these one-off hackathons, one-off events, one-off whatever it may be. Your friend invites you out, not for a drink or for a party, but for something that might be beneficial down the line, like meeting a new person. Say, that's an easy example. Your friend wants you to meet their other friend, and through that proxy, you now establish an entire new timeline in which that's a possibility. So for example, an easy one would be my friend Jad. Jad, just by being in proxy with him, I'm able to understand and learn more about his Kuwaiti friends, which was in my past life. Tell more about one day. But an easy example of it would be simply because I haven't seen him in a while, and I regained this friendship with him after years apart. And obviously it wasn't like a bad thing or anything, but by me understanding that I want to generate more timelines, it really helped me in a lot of regards. And Jad's not even one of the examples I always refer to, but it's just one that I was kind of thinking about recently, because 3 months from now, you'll understand why, if it works out. You know, it's like a little foreshadow in my life that this video makes no sense of. But in 3 months, it will. Or 4 months? End of August, it will. But anyways, this video is for myself. I'm going to post it online and I'm going to post it for you to see. But that's not the point. The point is for me to see it and for me to understand more about myself. And that's what I'm really trying in this journey of life. Because a lot of people, specifically a conversation I had back a couple months ago in uni when my friend and I, 2 friends and I, Matt and Mark, we went and we just had like a little sit down, eat, you know, the catch up, because we hadn't really talked for a while and we're all busy in our own ways. And we do this thing every once in a while, just so we can catch up. And we always talk about ourselves. Oh, this dog is so cute, it's so small. Sorry, a little derailed conversation. But the entire purpose of this conversation I was going for is, look at that dog, cute. Is that the purpose of life isn't, like we're talking about the purpose of life, meaning of life, purpose of life, the whole jargon of a conversation that has no meaning. It just is something that people fantasize about and then give meaning in their own regards, their own ways to. Some people refer to it as God, Jesus, whatever you want to refer to it as, whatever religion you want to refer to it as. Some say it's just an endless multiverse, you know, one of those things that is not in our control. And what's the point? You know that one video, it zooms out from a molecular level, I think that's right, to out into our galaxy, and even further beyond that, into the microwave. It depends on which video you're watching. But where I was going with that is the entire purpose of life that I've found for myself is you. The entire purpose of life is you. If you find that in the morning or say night, whatever, you wake up and you find that it's hard for you to do something that'll benefit you. Say you have to do an assignment, you have to help your mom do something, you have to do something, and you find yourself struggling to even get up and think about doing it. That's something you have to look at for yourself, in yourself, and really deep it. Because the entire purpose of life is you. There's a joke of like, oh, haha, like you just build lore and everything, but it really is. Because there's not much more in life that you can control, except your own life. And in my own way, the purpose of life is me. And I'm hoping that that instills in my mind and really makes sense more down the path, because I'm still an arrogant 21-year-old, you know? I try and be wise and act like I know everything. I don't know shit. I don't know anything. And that's the beauty of it all. I don't know anything and I want to learn everything. And I won't get to learn everything. But that's what keeps me there. That's what keeps me at the line of generating more value in myself and the people around me. You know, it's truly fascinating when you really understand that life isn't against you. You just have to really, really play your own game. Life is a single player game, and you're gonna have these characters in your life which you will hold strong to and will help you in everything. But at the end of it all, you're not gonna be with them all day, every day. Because there are days where I'm genuinely doing or seeming productive simply because I'm with people in proxy. Say like I'm in my uni dorm and I'm LARPing that I'm working. I'm LARPing, you know, or say I'm actually working, but when no one is with me, what am I doing? What are you doing? When no one is with you, when you're sitting in your bed alone, you know, at night, in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever, whenever, you know that you just brain rot and allow yourself to fall into this hole of despair that you really don't realize how deep you're in once you realize how deep you're in. And then you say, yeah, it's one day at a time, and it definitely is one day at a time. But one day of success does not equate to one day of failure. You know, trying one day will only get you so far. But failing one day, oof, sets you back a lot. That's why you just gotta show up. You just gotta get on the train every day it passes by. Whether it be whatever it be, you need to get on the train of life, play the game. But I told this to a friend I recently spoke to, and he asked me how I stay consistent with everything. Because every time he sees me, I am trying to do something productive and working, but he doesn't see what I'm doing in the background, you know? So obviously, it's a very 2, 4, 8, 20-sided story. No one sees all the pictures, and you can't, it's impossible. Anyways, he was asking me that question. And I told him, you just gotta show up. If one day you think you're gonna do 15 minutes of work and you tell yourself, I need to do 15 minutes of work, and then you end up doing 0, that's nothing. You didn't even try, you didn't even show up. But if you do 3 minutes, you know, it's not the best, but 3 minutes is better than nothing. And then the next day you realize, 3 minutes wasn't that bad. And then you move on to 4 minutes, and so on and so forth. And then that goes back to the long-term game. You can't expect fast results in a quick amount of time. That's just how crooks are made, you know? Quick money don't make no money. Easy money don't make money. Whatever the motto is in life you want to go by. I don't know who's looking at this video right now, but if you are, you're probably in your teens, in your 20s, maybe even your 30s. Bro, we got 3 times our life, minimum. Like, realistically, in our day and age with modern technology and how we're progressing as a society, unless, some shit that's tragic happens, but if that happens, then rip us all. You know, whatever. It's not like any of us had any control in it anyways, it's just the top people. But interesting life, long life. We have a lot of time, a lot of effort to be put in. And you just gotta show up. And that's what I'm doing today. That's exactly what I'm doing today. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to come in saying here. I had no real timeline and script on what I wanted to say. I'm freeballing it, and I'm continuously going to freeball it, because that's the way that it should be done. Understanding my tone, my rhythm, and my understanding of how I understand myself and how I portray my values, my words, and my ideas in hopefully a beneficial way. Because ultimately, you don't want to be a bad person. Ultimately, you don't want to be that person who's spewing hate and negativity. And obviously, it's easier to say than done. It's easier said than done. You know, a lot of hate in this world, and sadly, we thrive on it. Sadly, but realistically, you just got to be a positive person all day, every day, and then you'll expect good, hopefully, but don't expect much. And hopefully this video will be the catalyst for many, many more, because this exciting life, this fascinating life is just starting. I'm only 21. I'm only 21. I have so little time, and I have so much time. It's really, really, really about how you see life. Life doesn't understand good or evil. Life doesn't understand whether you do or don't. Life is in motion regardless of however you take it, and you just have to be there, willing to understand and implement it in your own ways, in a positive way. Hopefully I'll be here tomorrow, talking tomorrow, back to this camera, and see, like I said, life doesn't understand good or bad. This tree, albeit could be here for X amount of years, laying on the floor, broken to the teeth, and yet life does nothing about it. Only you can. See you tomorrow.